The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Beacon Bits training webinar number 71. With me, as always, is Keith Gaitan and
Hello,
Elena
hello,
Pasamato and
hello.
John Pasamato.
Hey, how you doing?
Ah, the Pasamatos are in the house.
You got it.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening. Yeah, we're literally trying to get everything done to the wire, and people are having login issues and just a lot of running around just to get to the start of this webinar. But we're finally here.
Yes.
I'm going to talk for a little bit at the very beginning because there's just been a ton of tickets on like C names and all this stuff. So we did create a solution that'll make things a little bit easier. So I'm going to kind of run through an easier way to have coupons on your domain that are secure. So let me go into EngageSnap here. Let me log in.
Oh, you changed the background. Very nice.
Okay, so first off, if we go to manage coupons here, you're going to have this same little thing in your area. And you're going to see at the top here, there's two buttons. This button's only available to me. I'm able to remotely, if there's ever a bug that we find in the script that we made, we can press this button and automatically update the install on your server. But what you do is you're going to click on Export Coupon. This is going to allow you to host all the coupons on your domain. So if you click on Export Coupon, then click on the download here, you're going to see some instructions here, ways of accessing and showing that coupon on your actual website. So after you download it, you're going to get a package. It looks something like this. You're going to unzip it, and then you're going to move it over to your domain via FTP. So I'm just, for the sake of argument here, if you guys are curious what I'm using for FTP, this is called Expression, Microsoft Expression Web 4. It is free. Once you create your site, you open your site on here, enter your username and password, then you can access all the files. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create a couple folders here. And I'm just going to call this one Coupon Central. You guys can name it anything you want. So once I got that, I'm just going to open it up. Go to Coupon Central. I'm going to go to the file that I extracted here. I'm going to highlight them all, and then I'm going to slide those over into the actual folder on the server. This might take probably a minute to transfer everything over. And even that's with my upgraded internet that I didn't tell you about, Keith.
Oh.
It's still not as fast as yours, but it's up to 300 now.
Ooh, nice.
So give it a second to go over here. And the one file that's inside of this kit is called config.php. And once it's converted over here, I'll go in there now, edit it, and show you how you can get a coupon to display two possible ways. Come on. Watch it churn away here. We'll be over here in a second.
Well, now you're using.
I guess it's while it's doing that too.
Webinar and for this, so you got two things going.
Yep. So we have one for the coupons. There's also one for the directory. So if I go over to the directory one here and wait for that one to load up.
How are the programmers coming on making all those coupons for us?
They're actually having a lot of good progress. Should be about half of them done by Friday.
And we'll just be able to grab them, clone them, and use them, right?
Yep, that's correct. That was covered on last week's supplemental webinar. So on the directory one, you're going to have to create a folder also for the directory. You're going to do the same process. You're going to download it. You're going to get the zip, unpack it, put it on your desktop, or you can unpack it within your cPanel. And I see everything's been moved over. So our first option here is we can open this config here. So I'm just going to double click on it. It should open it right up. It's making a liar out of me. There you go. So it's asking for a coupon key. So if we want to display a coupon on this page, we got to put a key in. So I'm going to go back over here Go to manage coupons, and I'm just going to grab any key. If it happens to be your site, so be it. It's not going to allow anybody to edit it or anything like that. So
Go to Three Brothers. Take Three Brothers.
Three Brothers, where are we at?
Search Three Brothers.
Look for Brothers here.
Three Brothers, yeah.
Is this it? Brothers Provisions?
Well, yeah, that's one. That's a coupon, yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to take that coupon, grab that key. I'm going to paste that key right here. And then I'm going to click on Save. Now, hopefully, when I go to appersnap.com, what's the name of that folder I made? I forgot the name of it already. God, I'm stupid. Coupon Central. So if I go to appersnap.com/coupon central, and then just like that, it should show that coupon built into the domain, just like that. And hopefully I can secure it here. Hopefully you got some secure images on there, Keith.
Sure.
And you'll see here it's secure. And wait for it to complete loading up. And there's our coupon. You didn't have a background, did you, Keith?
No, just that. It's very simple. Okay,
so there's another way where we can display this coupon just using the same files that we've already uploaded. So I come back over here and just remove this, and let me grab this export code. So if I take this code here, copy it, and then sign it off right here, it's asking for a coupon key right there. So I'm going to go over here, and now I can have it show any coupon that I want. So I'm just going to grab this one here. I don't know whose this is, but I want to put the coupon key there. This is kind of like overriding. So you see now it's this cafe one. So that's how you can host the coupons on your server, and they'll be 100% secure. So now let's do one for our directory. So I'm going to go up, and I'm going to do coupon. And you can put this anywhere you want. You don't have to make it the same as mine. Just doing it for the sake of argument. So coupon directory. And I'm going to go back up, coupon directory, and I'm going to open this up. And now I'm going to slide these files into the installation. Boom. Go back over to my EngageSnap, go to directory here. And I have two options here as well, just like I do with the coupons. I can just go ahead and just plug in the coupon or the directory ID into there. So I'm going to grab, where's your Three Brothers here?
Go ahead and just search Three Brothers.
All right, so there's your coupon directory.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to go to the config.php, double click on it, put the key there, hit save. Now if I go to appersnap.com, if I do coupon directory, and there we go. Now we have our directory securely hosted. Now obviously there must be an unsecure image here that's breaking. It's this one right here for Urge. That's going to break any HTTPS. So always keep that in mind when you guys are creating your coupons. Have all your images 100% secure. But you see now it's now hosted on this folder inside of appersnap.com. There is the way to hack it to show multiple different directories. So if I do this as instructed here, export directory, if I go like that, and then plug that in there, and now it's looking for my key. So I'm going to, if I do this and go just like that, it's going to show the default. It should, I hope, that I plugged into the config. And then we can grab just another directory code here so we can display it. Give it a second to load. Everything is just slowed up here. I'm going to go ahead and use, where's the Peninsula one? So I'm going to grab Peninsula first. Now I'm going to hit save. And now we're going to get all of EJ's directory on my server, and all his images are secure. That's why you see the little lock here. So now everything can be hosted on my server. It'll be secure if I have a secure server. And now this can even be done by moving folders over to, for example, let's say if you're doing that campaign for Urge, Keith.
Yeah.
If you have access to their programmer or they give you FTP access or whatever, you can create the coupon directory on their server. Just create a folder, coupon directory, upload those PHP files, and then just do everything I instructed, and now they can have the directory hosted on their server.
Okay. Well, I'll watch the beginning of this.
Because we're getting a ton of emails. Hey, the CNAME's not secure. I don't like waiting for the CNAME to propagate. It's really bogged down our support. So now here's a quick solution. Or you literally just see me do it in 2 of them in under 5 minutes, and that was just going slow. Generally, I can have these done in under a minute because I do it the really hacked ways where I log into cPanel, move the directory over, and unpack it. I can show you how to do that, Keith, if you want to.
Sure, let's do it.
All right, so let me pause my screen so I can get in.
Over and over and over.
Let me pause my screen so I can get into the cPanel here.
Okay.
Let me see here. If you see my server, let me know because I don't want to show anything off.
I don't see other than what you froze.
We got enough people trying to attack our servers.
Sure, why not? Marriott just got hacked. What 500 million or whatever it was, hacks.
Wow. All right, so here is the hacked way to do it. So I'm in cPanel. Most of you should have cPanel unless you're using a cheaper company or maybe just a totally different type of server, but these are running Apache, running CentOS. So go to File Manager here, public HTML, and now I'm in pretty much the same folder structure as I was showing here. So you see it looks exactly the same.
Right.
So if I create a folder here, so I'm going to go to Folder, Keith's Urge, create new folder, and should be right there. So I'm going to go inside Keith's Urge, and now I'm going to upload a file. So I go to Upload, and then I'm going to slide this directory in here. Boom. See how fast that uploaded versus my other one?
Nice.
Now if I refresh it, there should be a directory export. Now if I go here and click on Extract, it'll automatically have the folder that I'm in. It'll put it inside of there. Click Extract Files. And sometimes you have to refresh. Some servers will have it on auto refresh, but I'm going to refresh it. You'll see now here are all the files, including the zip that I put in there. You can delete that if you want. Now I can go into my config, click on Edit. Now I'm in the editor here. Now I can grab a key from EngageSnap. I'll grab this one from Peninsula. And I'll go back here. Click on Save Changes. Now if I go to Appersnap, Keith's Urge, oh, see, it's not Keith's, it's Keith's. Now we have it showing up inside of this folder. So hopefully that helped all of you out. There's a really quick way. You see, I just deployed that one in what, Keith? Took me about a minute and a half.
Yep. Well, yeah, but I'm going to have to watch that for 5 minutes to figure it out.
You'll be hitting that refresh button several times.
Yes, I'll be looking at that over and over and over again to figure out what the heck you just did. But yeah, that's awesome.
So Keith, you have cPanel hosting, right?
Nope.
You don't?
Nope.
Yeah, if you want to point a domain over to our servers, we'll host it for you. All right.
Cool. That is so cool.
Let me check the questions here real quick just to make sure. Good point. So it was asked here. So you see I'm in this Keith's Urge, but when I click on this, it wants to take me to EngageSnap to open the coupon. So the idea here is to have it so we can have you program, like I can put Keith's Urge into our system inside EngageSnap somewhere under the coupons. That way it'll know to open the coupon on this page. On this page, it'll open still inside of the domained installation here. So look out for that update tonight. So this way, everything will come back. So I even go to like try to share on Twitter or LinkedIn, it'll try to take me to EngageSnap to get the information. So we want to get the information from the domain we have it. So look out for the update where you can customize the folder or the location so the coupons will open inside of that folder. Probably what's going to happen here, you're going to have to do Keith's Urge as a directory, and then open the directory for the coupons inside Keith's Urge. The way you would do that. So I'm already inside Keith's Urge directory here. Now I would just go like this, new folder, just do coupons, create new folder, and now click on that. Now I'm inside coupons. Now I can slide over my coupons example here. Click on upload and slide over the coupon export. Boom, it's done uploading. Refresh, extract. And now everything will be inside of here and ready to go. So that took me an extra 20 seconds. Make sure all your permissions for your files, because sometimes your cPanel on FTP will automatically change these permissions. I know it doesn't sound great, 666, but that's the permissions on the server. The only file that should be different is the coupon export, which is probably you're going to be able to delete right here. Boom. So now when you set up the system that we're going to create for you tonight, you're going to tell the system, hey, I just installed everything on Keith's Urge, and it'll know where to point these coupons at because it's going to automatically open in coupons directory inside of Keith's Urge. All right. Will directories auto update? Yes, I have a button inside of mine. So anytime there's a change, my programmer can hit a button and it'll automatically detect. I'll show you an example here.
So that was my question. If I change a coupon, will it automatically update it?
Oh, absolutely. It's calling on your server. What you can do, go over here, click on. I'll click on this, or my programmer. Anytime there's a change to an actual file or a bug, or an addition to, instead of having you guys go through this whole process again of overwriting everything and just make it real messy, we can literally hit this button here. You'll see it just updated every single install on my end. And then basically what it did, it just overwrote everything that I already just put on there with the same files because I hit that. But this is reserved for my programmer to use. This here is for you guys. You guys aren't going to see this button here. Just so you know, we can do this remotely when we change it. And it only takes, if you guys have 100, 200, 300 of these set up, it'll take us like a minute to update them all.
Very cool. Very cool.
Why do we need to do this to secure our images? You don't need to do this to secure images. You should be using secure images anyway.
Yeah, because if you don't use secure images, then it all is not going to work. Nothing will work. Basically now, because the way Google and Firefox run everything, if you don't have anything secure, it's not going to open it. It's just going to give you a big warning, you know, whatever, the triangle with the exclamation point that says unsecure content not going to open, and that's going to scare people away immediately because they don't know if they're getting hacked or what's going on. So you have to make sure, and Ed and I talked about this, and Ed went over this, that you could build the most secure site ever with secure coding and secure this and secure that, but if one little thing, one little image, one little emoji is not secure, the entire thing crashes.
I have a perfect example. Remember that big debacle over healthcare.gov? Costs like $2 billion to make a website.
Which debacle are you talking about?
It's funny because that healthcare.gov, somebody made like $2 billion or $1 billion to make that stupid website, and to prove that it was overpaid, another guy created the exact same website in 2 days by himself.
Of course he did.
There was a lot of people getting kicked off, but nonetheless, here's my proof of using secure images. When the coders were coding this multi-billion-dollar website, they had a header reference to an image for a background that was non-secure. So essentially, that one link to an unsecure image broke a $2 billion website to make it non-secure and unsafe.
Yeah. So, you know, because I that's one of the support tickets I constantly get is people are building apps and they're trying to link to like Spotify, or I mean Shopify and Grubhub and all of these things or different things, and they're like, it's not working, it's not working. I'm like, it's not the PWA design suite that's not working. What's not working is whatever you're linking to is not secure. Well, it's a secure, it's HTTPS. I'm like, I understand that, but something that you put on that site that you're linking to is not secure, and I guarantee it's one of the images. And sure enough, after they go through and they troubleshoot, they find the image that's not secure, and everything works.
Yep, so let me give you an example. So anything in our systems, and you guys can correct me if I'm wrong or if something's broken, let me know. But every system where we have an upload an image question in a setup is going to automatically secure your image. So if you're using our system, that's great. If you guys are using your own system, I think, Keith, we talked about this in the last call about the upload of the background button.
Yeah.
Let me open up one here. Yep. So let me open this up. And let's go to the Coupon Maestro.
I like Coupon Captain, but whatever.
Coupon Maestro. All right, so this is what that gave Keith a headache over here because this should have been the first button. But you can upload from your own device an image, and it will secure it automatically. But if you want to use your own hosted image, this is little snowflakes back here. You see it's coming from a third-party website, Giffer.com. As soon as I take off this S, I've totally unsecured this entire website.
And it won't work.
It'll work. It'll show up.
Why?
It'll show up, but it becomes unsecure or insecure, whatever you want to call it. And any customer that goes to that URL, they might get a browser notification. Hey, this site is unsafe. They might get these red alerts on their browser, whatever browser they're using, whatever their settings are.
Exactly.
So it's going to make an unpleasant experience for the customer.
Exactly. It's not going to work for them, period. Especially if you're using it in PWA. If you put a coupon in PWA and use that, then you're screwed. Or for those of you that use iReview Builder, that was the big thing that I built. For those of you that are part of that, I built an app for Mercer himself for one of his top clients. And one of the feature buttons was supposed to be the review button. And the review button was wouldn't open because it was unsecure. However, I learned two things. One, make sure the image that you're using, the logo image for the business, is a secure image. And two, if you're using IRB, even though the short link is HTTP, you can add the S and it immediately and automatically makes it secure, which I did not know. And so that solved that problem immediately. And I can show you that on an app that I'm going to show you in a minute when it's my turn.
Yep. I'm going to try to find an unsecure example here. But if I go directly to this page that is referenced in the example I just showed you, if I actually remove the S, the HTA access file will assume that I'm not a secure visitor, and it'll automatically change it to HTTPS. Watch when I hit enter. It'll automatically secure it, but it can't be done. They can't rewrite a URL that's on our server. So once you put HTTP, it's now non-secure on this side. So if I open this up in a preview window, where's the preview button here? Open a new tab. See how that's not secure now? And it's all because of this background here. And this is going to give browser errors to the customer. Hey, this site might be unsafe, yada, yada, yada.
It won't even open it.
Well, some cases it won't open it, but some it will open it, and it'll show not secure. Maybe it might be red or whatever. If I view the page source here, click on Find. This is a good way, too, to check what thing on your website is holding up the site from being secure. Is you open it up in View Source mode. Again, that's right-click, Inspect, or right-click, View Source. It'll open View Source. Click on Find, and all you're going to do is simply look for HTTP like that, and it'll tell me how many instances of unsecure links there are. Now, this is escaped out, so this does not affect this does not affect this website secure certificate.
Explain that again. What was that?
This is escaped. These are escaped. This means that it tells the browser not to read it.
Okay.
So this, even though it's not secure, it doesn't matter because it's escaped out.
Okay.
This here is our reference to that image, not secure. HTTP, that's what's one thing that's making it not secure. The next thing that's making it not secure is a link to Google Maps. If you're linking to Google Maps, make sure you're using secure. Another thing that's making it not secure, this doesn't matter. Actually, links do not matter. So if I'm linking to not secure, if there are href tags, it won't care, but you should never be linking customers to an unsecure page. So the only thing that's holding up this page is our reference to our image up here.
Our GIF.
Yep, thegiffer.com. If I change this back to an S here, boom, save coupon now. And now if I open this up in the previewer, now we see it's secure. Right click, inspect source, and find http://. You'll see that it is gone. The only references are links. Another thing that can kill your HTTPS secure is reference to style sheets that are not secure and script references. So you see all the script references here are going to HTTPS. The jQuery references, the script sources are all secure. If you want to make it a site so it'll work on both non-secure and unsecure websites, you're going to do // and the browser will make it auto detect. You want to try to gravitate from // into HTTPS. So when Google does crawl the site, this potentially won't give it a problem.
That is that should be its own webinar.
Absolutely, but it's good. It's a good thing to know because the whole process of what we're doing is you guys get clients.
I get more support tickets.
They have
all ultimately end up because it's non-secure on the other end. I mean, I probably do 10 support tickets a day that are exactly this issue.
Mm-hmm. And for those of you that are running WHM, who's running a WHM server here? Put a 1 in the chat box. Do you know that you don't have to buy security certificates? Did you know that? Put a 1 in the chat box if you knew that. Yeah, you can use, inside of WHM, you can use their cPanel certificates. They're automatically assigned. It's called Auto SSL. So if you guys log into your WHM, go to the search, type at the top search, type Auto SSL. And what it does, you click and have it check for SSL. If it doesn't exist, overnight while you're sleeping, it'll install a certificate. Dennis says, even on HostGator shared, it depends if it's enabled or not. They're in the business of making money, so more likely than not, they are not gonna do that to shared hosting.
They want you to pay for it.
In cPanel, so yeah, however you have your WHM configured for cPanel accounts, you might have Auto SSL enabled or disabled. If it's enabled, then it allows your customers, quote unquote, or whoever's logging into that cPanel the ability to use Auto SSL. For those of you who are trying to make money from hosting, obviously you don't want to have Auto SSL enabled because you're not going to make money off the certificates. Somebody had a good question here. Does Auto SSL work with wildcard domains? I've never tried it, but it's interesting if it would. I've never tried it. In most cases, you're probably going to have to buy a wildcard SSL. It's like $50-$60, depending on where you get it. Michael says, yep, it's an upsell for a wildcard. Oh, there you go, right there. So Keith, anything that I've shown you guys, or maybe you guys on the call, anything I've done today so far have confused you? Hopefully it has.
Oh, I'm totally confused because I'm not a technical guy. I'm gonna have to watch this like 5 times, but that's me. I'm a talker. I know stuff works. I don't know how it works, but I know it works. That's all. That's me.
George says, we'll be covering the new text message system today. George, actually, we are wrapping up a beta this Friday with several different companies. So here's what we're doing.
So we're still gonna bird dog you guys until next week. Sorry.
Yeah, because we had too much important stuff. This CNAME stuff is freaking killing me.
Yeah, we're trying to keep what's making you money today working for you, and tomorrow money we're working on tomorrow.
And this CNAME stuff has just been bringing down our support desk.
Yeah.
The most damaging part of it is some of you guys are just impatient. Oh, I just did my CNAME for my PWA. Well, that takes at least 48 hours during normal business days for that to propagate. If you're doing a CNAME, I think on ApperSnap on a Friday afternoon, don't expect it to be done till like Monday or Tuesday.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Because what's happening there is that they have to actually install an SSL cert for your SODIMM. I think it's called an SAN. Correct me if I'm wrong. It's called an SAN certificate. And that covers all your third-party domains that you are using for PWAs. Mike says, nope, but ever get an update from your programmers on CollarSnap? I'll find out about that, Michael. Ed or Keith, there's a way for the directory as an option to show coupons as a list like Geo Coupon Commander, and when you click on the coupon would slide down and show the details. If clicked again, the coupon would slide back up. Good stuff. I think there already is a list view, isn't there, Keith?
Yeah, I think you have a choice of grid or list view for your coupon directory. You can decide either or. So if you go into EngageSnap and go to the directory, it gives you a choice of options.
Okay. Let me exit out of that.
If you want to publish the directory, you're in a coupon.
So I go to directory and
go to Three Brothers directory and see if that one, because that one's not live. You can do whatever you want with it right now.
Okay.
So Three Brothers,
and I'm gonna click on edit.
and I believe you get a choice when you're in there of how to list the coupons. Like there's a lot of choices of how you want to list the coupons, by grid, list. Well, you'll see.
Yeah, it's taking too long to load. I think GoTo is finally getting to us.
I think your internet's slow.
Yeah, it better not be a 300 megabyte.
Well, you do have, I think, about 20 tabs open, bro.
There we go. All right, so I'm in here now.
Somewhere in your
Layout.
in the directory, you get to choose tabs layout, hyperlink, advanced. I think there's a lot of ways to show it, right? Like go back. You just showed like show. Go back down.
Category list menu.
Yeah, content page, external link. If you can, like.
I have to actually. I'm gonna be honest with you. They're constantly working on this thing. I can't even keep up with it to even do training videos because I'd be doing training video like 3 times a day.
But down below that was like a lot of things to check right there, like show issuer, show title, show countdown.
Right.
There's somewhere you select grid. I know there is. There's something that says show grid or list. Go to maybe advanced or something. But it asks you to show it as grid or list.
Third-party integration, social. Yeah, it's probably on here. But I don't know.
I remember seeing it. It says show grid or list. List in menu. Show category list in menu.
Yeah, if you want to hunt that up while I'm talking, Keith, that'd be great.
I don't know. I'm just saying we'll figure it out. But whatever we don't have, we'll make, and whatever we do have is awesome. So we'll sell what we have.
Oh wait, this is already done. So here we go. I told you it would probably work on tonight, but here's the use white label coupons domain. So if you remember, we did appersnap.com/Keith's Urge. We're just going to do that, put that path to that coupon, and we're good to go. So the work seems like it's already been done. See, these guys are constantly adding crap. I can't keep up with it. Stop.
So demo that. Show me that.
All right, so you're going to go HTTPS appersnap.com, and then it was Keith's Urge. Then I think it was coupon. If I click on next and publish, well, that might not work because I gotta get back to that Keith's Urge. So let me refresh this. So now it's asking me for a parameter. Oh, I didn't put the key in there. What was your key? Do you remember, Keith? No, you probably don't remember that.
Negative, Mr. Ryder.
Frick. All right, hold on a second.
I'm not going to remember number, alphabet, number, alpha, number,
I don't, you
alphabet.
can't even remember what you had for breakfast this morning.
Mr. Ryder, I cannot.
All right, there it is, right there.
Yeah, I'm not going to remember a PV, Q, TQ, whatever. Why would I remember that?
I don't know.
Come on.
I gotta come in here now. Refresh this. View. Refresh. All right, there's Keith's Urge. And then I gotta go into the config. I thought I already did the config on this one. Maybe I didn't. Config. Nope, I didn't. Here we go. So boom, there's that. Now I should be able to refresh this. Hopefully.
Boom! Look at that.
Oh, look at that. See now it's Appersnap. See at the very bottom?
Yep.
And I had the wrong URL. So I had the wrong ID. I must have put it in totally different directory. But you'll see that now it's pointing to Appersnap. So I'm not going to go back and fix it. You guys can see that it's now changed the URL from EngageSnap to Appersnap. All right.
Yeah, cool. So they can put in their own domain.
Yep.
Done.
Yep. Inside of the coupons directory here.
So I can put keithguyton.com, whatever it is.
Yep. Just make sure, like, go back to the tutorial and watch this. You're going to first create the directory inside of your cPanel under the folder for your coupon directory. Then you're going to put a folder inside of that directory for your coupons, and then you're going to put that URL to that coupon directory inside of this setup, which is taking forever to load. Right there.
So 15 minutes of some technical work can make you $1,500.
Yeah, for your novice, probably 15 minutes, yeah.
Right, yeah. That's what I'm saying. So $100 a minute. That's
All right.
okay.
All right, so back to the SMS. We are doing a beta with several companies, so there's two different ways that this can be sold. And I've been in a lot of meetings with people using SMS. This includes businesses and marketers like Keith and myself and you guys. Everybody in the industry has experienced massive issues with deliverability using long codes. So we're actually going to offer two services to guarantee delivery. One of them is going to be a spinner, and it's going to be a spinner of 800 numbers. When a customer goes through your website, they're never going to be able to text in a keyword. This is for sending SMS. What this is going to do is automatically going to assign a phone number, which would be an 800 number, to that customer. So when they reply, then the conversation comes from one phone number. But we're using an 800 spinner that spins 1,800 numbers to make sure that all messages get delivered. The other way is, if you guys want to stick with it, we're a new carrier. There is a way you can still use phone numbers. It's going to be about 50% cheaper than Twilio. And another way you guys can make money too.
So you guys can switch over to us, basically.
Yeah, but you keep in mind, when you guys are selling other businesses, or if you're developing your own softwares, there's going to be about 10, 15 minutes of coding work that has to be done to switch everything over so it talks to our server instead of Twilio to send and receive SMS. Also with our system, you cannot use the same phone number for voice or for SMS. So once you are assigning a number, you're porting a number to us, or you're getting a new number, it's only going to work with SMS. Voice is never going to work. We're going to become an SMS company. There's tons of other businesses out there that offer great voice service, like Twilio. I think that was it I had to say about that. There's probably a couple more things I could say. Oh, so I'm going to talk about the things they're cracking down on. First thing that I've been alerted to is people using Bitly links. Stop doing it. That's the first thing that's getting banned and filtered through the all the carriers out there. Is Bitly links are first indication that you're a spammer, and they are not allowing your message to get through.
So our TAT is going to work.
Absolutely. Another thing that's causing messages to not be delivered is the structure of your SMS. If you're ending your text with a link, a short link, in most cases, but it can even be our short link. If you're ending your SMS with a link, it might get banned. That's another thing that's triggering all the filters at these carriers to not send the message. So if you're kind enough to do so, when you're drafting your message, you're going to say blah, 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 link, blah, 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 blah. That's the way you should be drafting your SMS. That gets through that filter.
So click link, thank you.
Absolutely. Or reply stop to quit, which would solve a lot of your problems if you guys would include that.
There you go.
Another thing that is doing this is what's called A to P SMS. That's essentially any app or internet protocol that is trying to send an SMS. It's called an A to P, peer being the user. They are blocking sometimes just any A and P transaction. So how we're getting around that is using 800 numbers. 800 numbers is a totally different service versus long code services. If you remember back in the days, there was a 900 number service, and there's companies that are doing that. It's a totally different company that deals with 900 numbers like they do with 800 numbers. So messages with 800 numbers, at least with our system, has a throughput that is better than shortcode. Let's say it again. The throughput for our 800 numbers is better than shortcode. It's upwards of 60 per second. So if you guys are using the Wrecking Ball system or any system, our system on Beacon Snap, it'll automatically queue messages to go. So you guys don't have to sit there and wait. But if you're using Wrecking Ball, you have to sit there and wait. If you're doing a mass send of like 10,000, plan on sitting around for like 15 minutes. Mike says, my Honda dealer texted me with an 800 number. See, a lot of companies are starting to get onto this, that their messages weren't getting sent out and they're going over to 800 numbers. But here's the kicker to all of this, because eventually there's going to come a time, and it could be very soon, where not any long code from an app that's that A to P will ever be delivered to a carrier again. The first way around that is the 800 numbers. Well, when that finally gets figured out and regulated, which would probably take a couple years, we're going to need another turnaround, but we already have that planned, because we can always appear to be P2P, which is peer-to-peer. And the way that peer-to-peer happens is you start getting people or companies or stores to use their landline number as a texting number. That is pure peer-to-peer. So the emulation is like your wife texting you. That's peer-to-peer. Or your friend texting, that's peer-to-peer. So when we port over a landline number as a texting number as well, that becomes peer-to-peer, and we're guaranteed to get that message delivered no matter what regulations they have in place, whatever laws they have in place. There's always going to be that fail-safe for stuff, and you can do that right now with our system too. No, we are not going to roll out voice. It's very complicated to roll out something that technical. We do have the technology to do so. and some people have been pushing us to do it, but we want to roll out the SMS right away.
That takes money. So
will Aussie numbers work? Dan, let me check on that for you. New short code. Yes, we're going to have a new short code as well, which will be cheaper as well. Scott says, so if we're currently using a long code, we're going to have to switch to an 800 number. I'm not telling you what to do. You're more than happy to use your 734-555-7777 number to send text. The thing is Twilio will never tell you that your messages aren't getting delivered or they're not getting delivered. And that therein is the problem. When it becomes a problem, it's already too late. Half your customers are already gone because they're not getting any notifications. So it's always nice to have a friend that has a Verizon phone. It's always nice to have a friend that has a T-Mobile phone. They'll just play along with you sometimes because that way you can test the deliverability. In the United States, there's only probably 6 major carriers for texting. It's always nice to have friends that have those kind of phones so you can say, hey, can you check this out? Let me know if you got this text. If they say yes, great, everything's working. If not, things are starting to go awry for your long code. Will voice still be coming out at some future date? Yes, I'm going to say yes because even in that sphere as well, our technical background is a little more advanced than a lot of the other companies that are out there.
Right. Well, would everyone be willing to pay an extra $5 a month for voice?
Pardon me?
Would everyone on this call be willing to pay an extra $5 a month for voice?
I wouldn't even put that out there, Keith, because it's going to cost way more than $5.
No, I'm saying, we deliver a lot, and we never raise the rates. And when we get requests for certain things that they want us to produce, if a majority of the people are willing to pay extra for it, then we'll put it to the top of the list. That's what I'm saying.
Right.
We'll prioritize it. If everyone's willing to pay an extra $5 a month right now, put in a 1, and we'll prioritize it.
Mm-hmm. Well, the reason why I've been working so hard in the background and probably haven't been keeping in touch with Keith as much as I should have, or John and Elena, is because I've been sort of in a panic for the last 2 months, as well as you guys should be too. I think I've developed a solution for this space where I think we have some serious chance of being a major player now.
Domination. What was it, Doom, when you would win and it would say domination?
Absolutely, take over.
Yes, there you go. Domination. What game was that? Someone tell me what game that was.
That was Street Fighter.
No, it wasn't.
I thought it was Street Fighter.
It was a first-person shooter, and if you got the majority of kills, all of a sudden you were just this big chant.
Oh, that was Halo. Wasn't it Halo?
Was it Halo?
I know Halo did something like that.
Domination.
Every time you got if you had 20 in a row, it said one thing. If you got 21 in a row, it said one thing.
Oh, yeah.
Mortal Kombat too.
That's what I'm talking about. Domination.
So with everything said, I kind of give you a little insight on what's going on in the background. Is we're still looking out for you. Everybody's here for a reason. It's because SMS marketing still works to some point. But all good things do eventually come to an end, and that means that you need to find another good thing to work for you. And I've already done that. So it's already in beta, and you guys might be able to get a first look at it here next week. Keith, I know you had something to talk about for 10 minutes, so you want to take the screen?
I can't take the screen. Just go to that app that I had you pull up.
All right,
pull it up.
No, not that one.
What I was going to say was, when we started AfterSnap, which I believe was a year ago, I went to a couple of my local guys, and one of them was this place I go to kind of regularly called the 508 Snap.
I'm trying to get it up here.
That's okay. I'm going to just talk us through it. and they were interested and they thought it was cool, but you know, they're you know, fledglings and they're trying to work their way up and didn't have a lot of money to spend, and so I just let it go. And then I came back at them with Wi-Fi marketing. Well, then they had just spent like $3,000 building a website, and I didn't want to. You don't want to rain on their parade, but I was laughing inside. I was like, why would you spend $3,000 on a website? That's ludicrous. It's insane, because I mean, I'm sorry, but you're a small company, and to spend $3,000 on a website where you're expecting a bunch of internet traffic that's going to bring foot traffic to a little local business, that's absolutely insane to me. When my PWA that I presented to them a year ago would have given them a Google presence, so that if people search, they would have had the presence. How funny! I just said Google and my phone went off. Sorry. Anyways.
Hey Google.
So yeah, don't do that. So anyways. Anyways, I'm just going along. So a year ago they weren't a customer. 6 months ago they were not a customer. I built them a coupon to give them an idea about how, because they're going to build a new patio and they want to have a grand opening. And I was like, I could use mobile wallet, but because I'm having an issue with the pass-type IDs, that unless you have an emoji maker, you can't make a pass-type ID, blah, 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 and that our coupon captain can become a ticket. I showed them this example that Ed is showing you of a coupon that I made for them. And I sent that to the proprietor, which is Shelly, 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago, whatever. And I usually make it in there every other week for lunch on a Tuesday or a Thursday. So I went in there last week, and it wasn't the coupon that sold her. It wasn't anything else, but she was like, hey, you're my go-to guy for all of this online stuff and digital and mobile and all that. And I'm like, right. She's like, this is what I want to do. Can you do this for me? I said, okay, what do you want to do? She said, so this tavern, they make great food. And in what's called Vista Village, which is her territory, there's nothing but, there's like 5 breweries and a couple eating places. And most of the breweries carry menus for the eating establishments or food establishments in the surrounding area, and you can then use the menu, call, order, and they will deliver. She was like, I would like to deliver our food to these other breweries, and I would like to make it very easy, and they can do it on their phone. And I'm like, well, I can build you a very simple mobile ordering mechanism. She's like, okay, show me. And so I used a PWA, and I kept it as simple and basic, no loyalty program, no rewards, no nothing. It was just simply their name. As you can see, there's no background image. It's just black and white. And I did a food ordering, of course, their location, a tip calculator because she liked that, and I threw the coupon in there. And I also, if you go over, if you hit more, Ed, go ahead and hit more.
Well, let me click. I think it's because I just messed with this sizing. There we go.
But I put in review, and this is where the review was not appearing, and this is where I asked Ed, I'm like, Ed, how can we secure the IRB site? And he said, all you have to do is put an S in front of it. It's already secure. So if those of you that are IRB guys, when you get your short link for a review, and that short link is just HTTP, if you put an S in front of it, it works, and it automatically makes it secure so that it opens within a secure site, because what it was doing was saying unsecure, have to open in a new window, blah, 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 blah. So I just want to make sure everyone's aware of that. So that opens within the app, so it doesn't take them out of the app. So I built this, and what I built was she just wanted something so that she was like, I want to put a table card. And I was like, well, here's the best part of Appersnap is we automatically build a promo kit that builds you tabletops, tabletop tents, postcards, and posters. so that she could then put those out there. So if you go to food right there, you'll see that you can order now. Go ahead. And then you can put delivery. And of course, it's today, which is the 4th only. Scroll down. Might have to grab and push up, right? Choose items, or what time, right? And then you go to choose items. And now we have all the items there. And you can choose one. And I put like a $10 minimum. And I put a 1.5 mile radius. They can choose quantity. They can add to it. I built all this for her. It took me about an hour. Like basically what I did was I did a clone of the Swami's app, which many of you have, the restaurant app. And then I just disabled a lot of the features that she didn't need. And then revamped some of the features that needed to be done. Like just I put the food order option. And then I sent her the link. I sent her for the Skipper app so that she could log into the Skipper app for this PWA. And then her and I and some of her customers did some test orders through this, and it worked like a charm. So sold. Done deal. Just want to let you guys know that, I mean, a client will come back around if you can present something in a different light to them. So this created a mobile ordering device for her so that within the 5 to 6 breweries that are within basically her walking range, she can then have them put a tabletop card so people can order food from her, which is better than the pizza place and the taco place and the Five Guys and the McDonald's and the Burger King and the Del Taco and that are around her, and done. So, I mean, it's super simple, super easy. So it's just another way I wanted you guys to look at selling something, is that create a mobile ordering device or a handheld ordering device. I had someone else the other day was like belly aching about the PWA a little bit, and I was like, well, I can build a website faster. And I'm like, well, good, but a website is a desktop site. This is portable. This is a handheld site where you can order from your hand, get information from your hand. This is basically, it's handheld ordering. That's what this is. And quick access with an icon on your phone, home screen. So that's the point of this. And that flipped them around, and they changed their paradigm. And so it was all good and done. Tip calculator is cool. She loved that. So we even tested it while she was at her in the establishment and had customers order via the mobile ordering system right to her, and she loved that. So I mean, it's a small little place.
Bring me up to speed, Keith. So on this food ordering system here, does she get a notification of a new order? How does that occur?
Yeah. So on the Skipper app, when you log into the Skipper app, which is the slave to this, to the PWA, she gets an alert notification immediately. It goes bing right on her tablet that an order has come in, and then they make the order, and then within that they can then select that the order has been completed or canceled and done. And she loved it. She was like, wow, this is exactly what I was asking for, and you delivered. So I didn't know you could do this, and I figured I would ask you first before I went somewhere else. So my point is, within your local community, whether they're going to be a customer or not, you just got to make sure that you let people know, listen, if you ever want anything that is mobile friendly, whether it's SMS, whether it's an app, ordering, reviews, Wi-Fi, you name it, come to me first, because I promise you I will deliver a better product at a better price than anyone else that you talk to. And so I've gone out and I've handed out my card enough times and talked to enough people that she just kind of hung out and wait till I came back in and said, hey, I've been waiting for you to come back in for like weeks now. And I'm like, oh, okay, what is it? Why didn't you call me? She's like, I lost your card, but I knew that you were the guy I needed to talk to. And she's like, this is what I need. And I was like, I can do that. And so I was like, I'll have it to you tomorrow. And I just, I did a clone of the Swami's app, disabled the features that I knew she didn't need, just enabled what was priority, which is just ordering. And of course, I added in the reviews part because I need to really get them on board with reviews because they have 0 reviews basically, and they're not building reviews at all. And so I need to really get her on board with that.
Yeah, that seems like that'd be the most important thing that she needs.
Yeah. So I'm adding that in as kind of like the cherry on top of the cake, and like, hey, we need to get you into the 3-box and so on and so forth. But here's your app.
Training.
Anyways, I just want to make sure that you guys understood that there's more than one way to skin a cat. There's a lot of ways to sell an app, right? And in this instance, I sold an app not because it was a mobile app, not because it was a reward program or a loyalty program, but because it facilitated her desire to offer her menu to local businesses that don't offer food, so that people could sit there and from their phone order. She would get the order and know, and that was her key thing. And she's like, if they order, how do I know where to deliver it? And the beauty of the ordering feature is they have to put in the address, and they can put in notes. So she's like, that's killer. So I know exactly that they're at Mother Earth. I know they're at Wavelength. I know they're at Backstreet. I know that they're at Bare Roots, or they're at Belching Beaver, and I can go there and ask for so-and-so and give them their food. I'm like, yep, done. So I solved her problem. So remember, you're not selling, you can't sell a product. You have to sell a solution to a problem. And because she had a problem and I sold the solution, it was all done. But she came back to me, and she's been around, and I've been going in and out of there for a year now. But she knew that I was the guy to solve her online mobile solution, because I had talked enough about it without being aggressive or trying to get her as a customer, but just being, hey, this is what I do. If I can facilitate you, let me help you, then talk to me. Just go out there and make sure people know, because guarantee, I promise you, every business out there is looking for ways to market. And someone, if not you, is going to get them sold on a PWA, on SMS, on coupons, on ordering, you name it. They're going to get them sold on going online. And they know that, hey, my local guy, the go-to for all of this, then at the very least I can question, or I can do a price comparison with, is you, that you've handed out and you've made yourself a known face in your neighborhood. You're not going to lose any business, because you're not going to walk into a business 6 months later and see that, well, they have Wi-Fi marketing with TripAdvisor, and they got an app with some other Yahoo that built them a PWA, and they got a coupon thing with some other coupon Yahoo, and they got all this, and they're spending 3 times as much money because they're in 3 different places, versus if they would have known that, hey, you alone can deliver every single digital mobile option, every innovative marketing tool, every marketing tool available to man today, we have. They can't get anything that we don't have. That's the thing that Ed and I have really, really, really worked hard on, is to make sure that you guys have access to every single marketing tool available today that is prominent, that is paramount to a business. I don't think there's another tool out there right now that we don't have available to any of you. Ed, can you think of one tool that we're not offering that is in existence today?
I'm sure there's a couple, but
there might be a couple, but I mean,
you gotta keep in mind, a lot of the stuff that gurus are selling, the longevity is usually like a week.
Right, but I'm saying the overwhelming majority of tried and true marketing tools you have unlimited access to with us, and you need to go and make sure that your local community understand that when they're looking for marketing tools, that you are their go-to. So I got another customer because they knew, hey, I'm pretty sure that Keith's the guy I need to go to for this. And they waited for me until I showed back up, and they're like, hey, I got a question for you. And I'm like, yeah, I can totally do that. And I had it for them the next day, and they're like, oh my gosh, this is awesome. I'm so glad I waited to talk to you. Make sure you're putting your name out there, that there isn't a marketing tool out there that you don't have access to. And if there's something that we don't have that you guys become appraised of, let us know, and we'll investigate and see if we can't, add it into the enormous, awesome cornucopia of services and products that we offer.
John, you're still on this call, aren't you?
Yeah, I was talking to myself on mute. Absolutely.
Actually,
I just wonder why nobody's answering. But anyway,
before we even got into the text chat game, the sales text chat, there was this other product you'd worked with a friend from one of your universities, which was geoconquesting, right?
Yep.
Is that something that's still an option?
Well,
I'll say this: we were doing geoconquesting before the guru said it was cool.
Are you talking
yeah, no,
about
we definitely were doing it before any guru said it was cool. The geoconquesting with advertising, and we had at that time mixed results. I didn't see in data format that the cost benefit analysis, particularly for a smaller business. Now things may have evolved since then, but at that time it was just I didn't see the right metrics coming out of it.
So if John says it's shit, it's probably still shit. But he can, if you want to follow up with your college buddy there and maybe see if there's anything new that's maybe hit the market that increases those metrics, that'd be cool.
Yes, and I actually did, by the way, talk at length with Daniel Kim, and I'm getting a latest update on he's evolved since his metric auditing for dealers. We were going to offer that, and it's doing a whole lot of other stuff as well, so I'll get the rundown on that too.
Okay. So yes, geoconquesting we've had it for a long time, and it's with one of the top companies. We're not going to throw around domain names and that many CEO names and stuff, but it's like the company that innovated the whole thing.
They're the only ones that do tier 1, period.
Yeah,
they do tier 1. They don't mess with tier 2 or tier 3 at all because they only do tier 1. And we had exclusivity with them for tier 2 and tier 3. And we ran and did lots of, John will testify. We had dealerships paying $15,000 a month to do this.
We were definitely in the forefront, and we were with the top guys.
Yeah, we were at the very top end of this game. When you can do segmenting, which is like if let's see, Ford doesn't have vans, but Kia, right? Kia has a van, Sedona van. They want to send out a marketing campaign that wants to target only soccer moms. The algorithms that they have trace a neighborhood that is the demographic that can afford the van. And it says, okay, well, this person with this mobile phone goes to a daycare or an elementary school and then goes to a Starbucks. And then after the Starbucks or a coffee shop goes to a gym. And then after the gym goes home. And then after home goes back to the elementary school. And then that's probably a mom. Probably. And so you can say, I want you to only target that person. Maybe it's a dad, right? Doesn't matter. But it's saying that person clearly has young children and stays at home. And so they're in charge of childcare. That's who we want to target for the minivan. So you could take that within a huge zip code area, right, John? we could do 100-mile radius if you wanted to of zip code.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And
you can target if you want.
And it would say, okay, here are all the people that live in a neighborhood that can afford this van, drive to an elementary school, go to a coffee shop, go home, go back to that's who we're going to target. And you could only target them with ads straight to their mobile phone screen saying, Kia Sedona on sale today. and it would hit them on one of tens of thousands of apps that they would open during the day. Could be a Walmart app, the NBC News app, the Weather Channel app, you name it. It was across the board on apps. So whenever you open an app and you see that banner, instead of seeing a national banner ad, which generally you'll see like an ad for like Gap. Well, that's national. Or Ford or Kia, like a national ad. We would replace it with an ad for the local Kia dealership within that range. And then if they saw it and they're like, hey, actually, I'm looking for a new van, or I could use a van, or yeah, I got kids, and oh, this would be great. And then they click on the ad. And we were charging, what was it, John, $4 a click?
Yeah, something like that. I mean, it was priced well. I just wanted to see a little stronger metrics, which we may actually get now. But yeah, the cleverness, exactly like you said, you could pretty much segment and target exactly the market you wanted, and you hit them with a local ad, right, as opposed to a national ad for local dealerships. Pretty powerful.
Yeah, I mean, you could hit dudes like dudes. You'd be like, oh well, we're looking for guys, because we're F-150 is brand new, it's on sale, so we're looking for dudes, right? So you could say, okay, we're looking for so it would track a phone that lived in a neighborhood that could afford a $40,000 pickup truck, and it would say, okay, and then someone with that phone in that neighborhood goes to the gym every day. And not only do they go to the gym, they go to the gun range. And not only do they go to the gun range, but they go to the sporting goods store, and so on and so forth. And so it could completely say, okay, this person is probably a dude. And we could target that person for the F-150. And it would absolutely target that person. And we could say, okay, that's who we're going to target then. For the F-150s or whatever you wanted to say, and we could target them. I mean, we had these amazing. This company, we can segment. If you want to segment, the idea behind this though, and the reason that we didn't include it 2 years ago in the launch of BeaconSnet, because I put it out there, and John and I talked about this, was because it's very, very difficult for the business to trace the actual sales associated with it. Because we had a dealership paying we had a couple dealerships paying $15,000 a month because they were paying $4 a click, and they were getting massive clicks.
And they can't differentiate between organic traffic and traffic that came from your efforts.
Exactly. And there was this issue where Daniel Kim, who's a great friend of ours, came up with a great solution, but there's bot traffic too. And so bots were going in and click, 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 click. And so you're getting all these dang clicks, but you're like, okay, well, which one's which and how's this working? But like, I was just going to go, I just found this old sales presentation that John and I had, but this is some of our segments. We had entertainment lovers, business travelers, business influences, auto intenders, style and fashion, health nuts, home and garden, millennials, medical professionals, sports enthusiasts, soccer moms, pet lovers, personal investors, outdoor enthusiasts, foodies. Those are 15 deeply verified consumer segments. And we could target each and every one of those. So I brought this up in the very beginning 2 years ago, and we talked about we can put this out there, but the minimum cost that any business has to put up front to even start the ball rolling on this is $1,500 a month. They have to commit to at least $1,500 a month. And John did a really fantastic program, and I don't know if you have access to that anymore, John.
Can you see that?
One of the clicks, it was dynamic. What's the word, John? Because you click it and it was a video. It's dynamic. What was the word for it?
I remember that. We took one of the dealers. That's it. We took one of the dealers' television commercials, and embedded it inside the ads. So you had a strip ad, you had a video commercial, right, and you had a specific offer. That's it. You got it.
Yeah, it was called dynamic advertising. And so they clicked it, and it showed this great video. It was freaking awesome. I mean, it was really awesome. But then again, you know, after a couple months and the dealerships, you know, dropped 50 grand, they were like, well, we're trying to, like, we can't really track all the data and so on. So we're going to cancel. Right, John?
Yeah, exactly.
So we can do it, but beware. It's very, very difficult to track the traffic and to really monitor what's bot traffic and not bot traffic. Because, believe it or not, let's say you sell this, like John did, to a Ford dealership. Ford, to look good, on the back end, will hire somebody to go in and hire bots to go and click all this crap to make it look like it's all working.
Yeah, that's
Because
the thing that's really tough in any traffic game, and it's the fraud. Even Google, I think of their $1 trillion wealth, like half of it's got to be click fraud, like 500 billion easily.
Yeah,
It's depressing but true.
yeah, it's sad. It's very sad, but it's very. But yeah, can we do it? Sure. Is the company that we used 5 miles from me, which is I was the like point of contact? Yeah. And I can go back in there and talk to them, and we can renegotiate, and we can get things back up and running. But we pushed away from it because we feel that you're better off selling the products that we have to the mom and pops than trying to sell this product to a big game industry. Really, truly, right, John?
Yeah, absolutely. And again, we were in the forefront of it too, so it's not like we didn't pay our dues.
This is years ago. I had a guy ask me about this just this week. Can we do this? And I'm like, yeah, John and I did that years ago. This is old, and it actually, you know, it doesn't pan out unless it's tier one, and tier one meaning that like the actual manufacturer or the main business is paying for it, or they're absorbing the cost of, you know, tens or hundreds of thousands of dollars a month in this. But for the local guy that's like, okay, I just spent 15 grand on this, but I don't know that I sold 15 grand worth of or made 15 grand's worth of profit to, I can't really, I can't give you the metrics to like show you that you made 15 grand doing this. It's just not there.
Yeah. I think all this is worth revisiting. I mean, think about it, Keith and John. I mean, for the last 6.8 billion years, there's been 2 genders. And as of like the last year, there was like 57 genders. So there's so much more stuff we
Oh, Lord have mercy.
So now we can really like get down to demographics now with 57 genders.
I mean, you're right, but yeah, I mean, I can't. I want to find that thing that we did, but I mean, we had a call to action that was texting, which was we put everything into this, right, John? We had sales text chat, so they could text in real time. They could watch a video. They could call. I mean, we had, you name it, everything, and it was all drag and drop, like building an app. It was so simple, like CTA 1, CTA 2, CTA 3, drop and done, super simple, just really killer stuff.
I remember this one here because you could click on the text us, and it would open the standalone text chat, sales text chat.
Exactly.
That was good because that actually tracked the metrics. But if they didn't do that, it was much more difficult.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, you're looking right at it. And then you got the video right there. You're showing it, bro. I mean, they would click and let's watch the video of the guy talking about how great their dealership was. I mean, let me put it this way. And John, you can correct me if I'm wrong. If one of you literally or legitimately have a client that's willing that's willing to spend at least 10 grand a month to do this, we'll do it.
Yeah, we'll put a dynamite program together, but Keith is right. You really need a minimum budget for it, right?
Yeah, we'll put it back together. We'll go back to these guys that are tier one only, and they'll allow us to do it. They don't. I mean, but here's the other thing. So just I'm gonna stroke John for a minute. So
That's
so
here.
so John and I hooked up with this company that was prominent in this industry. But then John, because he's from Wharton and he's a Wharton MBA, in case any of you did not know that, who your CEO is. So there's a couple of Wharton MBA guys that created a competitive version of this. But their analytics that they can compound are so finite and so much more dynamic. And because they know John, we could actually go through them, where this huge company that's tier one for the biggest brands can't even afford these guys that John knows, but we can go through these guys. Right, John?
Yep, and they're good. And the only requirement, you're right, is we need a minimum kind of critical mass of dollars, from a company to get the results, and to be able to feed back those metrics.
Yeah, and it can't be small money. It's got to be some serious money. So unless you have a serious client that's really spent some serious money, we can bring some serious results with some, because we have the technology. We just don't put it out there because, to be honest, most of us, and I'm including myself with you guys, we're selling mom and pops, at a couple $100 a month. They can't afford a couple grand a month, yet alone a couple tens of thousands of dollars a month. And that's really what this type of technology requires. Correct, John?
Yeah, absolutely. In order to be able to track and make any sort of impact.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, if you're thinking like a marketer, you have to know what it's like, especially in the franchise game. Like, take your typical Subway owner. You're like, wow, this guy's got a great location. He's constantly busy. At the end of the day, you know how much that Subway owner makes per year? It's literally like 40, maybe sometimes less than 40 grand a year, depending on the location. Yeah. You actually have to own like several Subway stores to make a decent living. So yeah, it's not what it appears. It's not like you could walk into a Subway store and say, hey, we have this great GeoConquest thing. It's only $5 grand a month. He's going to flip the off right there. Because that's 3 months of his income.
Yeah. I was trying to find that video we made. Who was it, John Chapman? Was it Chapman, or who was it that did that video?
Well, Chapman, you're staring at Chapman. Definitely was a video. I think there were a few others.
But I actually, and I can't find the file, but I have the actual file of the mobile when they launched the CTA that showed the video and everything.
Yeah.
Your emoji should be able to find that. Just type in Chapman and it should find it.
Dude, it was awesome. I just, was it Chapman?
It was really neat. Yep.
It was so cool, guys. It was, gosh dang it. And I know I had it forever. Like, dang it. Let me see if this works. I'm going to see if this works. If this works, I'm going to send it to you guys. Hold on a second.
You can't send an MP4 file. I'll tell you that right now.
No, not a key. No, it's a QR code. If this works, I'm going to send it to you guys.
Hey, Keith, while you're searching, I want to handle, if you can see my screen real quick, I want to take this question for somebody.
Take a question. I'm just trying. I got to find something. I'm not looking at anything except for what I need to do.
Regarding the Skipper app, your webinar training number 6, does that cover Skipper for ApperSnap?
For my webinar trainings?
Yeah, like number 6 that it covers
Skipper.
Yeah,
I think I talk about it in that one.
Okay, because several people ask about Skipper.
Yeah, basically, whatever the username and password is you make for your app, you use the username and password for Skipper, and it logs people into that to the back end of that app. And by logging them into the back end of that app, it allows them to then, that we killed that app. Never mind. It was Wallet. Oh, Wallet Bigfoot. Oh, never mind. That's old. That's way old. Never And then it allows them through Skipper to receive either merchandise orders or food orders, and also send out push notifications. And if they were set up for reservations, they would get reservations. But that would have to be a native app.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So Keith, you can't find that video?
I'm trying. Hold on a second. It was freaking awesome. I know I sent it recently, or not recently, but like a year ago to you guys.
Yeah,
And I
Michael.
was like, this is what we need to do for something. And you were like, you're crazy. And I'm like, no, I'm not.
Yeah, Michael says Google supports click fraud on a 50-day campaign. I was mass clicked for $200, and Google told me to deal with it. That's
Yeah,
why.
exactly.
That's how I got all into this internet game. Is first I was a mortgage broker, and then that was too much work, so I opened up a website called urefi.com, and I took an interesting model here, which is a niche of a niche. So we have refinancing, but refinance for mobile homes. How I said this, I had Google ads for the keywords mobile home refinancing, and people just come through here. They would get a free loan quote. I was probably spending $100 a month, getting about 2,000 leads. It was just dirt cheap, man, because it was a niche and a niche. And I was shipping all my leads to a mortgage broker that closed mobile home loans. I was literally getting like checks overnighted to me every day for like $1,000, $2,000, and I never even talked to anybody. all they would do was just send checks to me. But that ended up changing because right around 2006, 2007, the click fraud was really bad. I was like, also my leads went from like 2,000 leads a month to like I was barely getting 3 or 4 clicks for $100, and it just kind of ruined it.
I was going to just let John know that it's funny because I just found our old sign-up page, which was for thedealership.com, which said sign up to get an estimated quote on this. And that page still popped up, dude.
Yeah, I remember that. We had that under the dealership.com. We definitely did. Yep.
It still popped up. I was like, wow, that's awesome. Anyways, I don't know, but it was just, there was this real cool demo that, gosh, I wish I had that. It was, what was it called, dynamic landing page,
Right.
John?
Yeah, I don't remember. I mean,
Gosh,
I remember
it was
exactly what
so
you're talking about.
awesome.
Yep.
I
Yeah,
wish I could find it. I didn't prepare for this because I didn't know I was gonna we were gonna talk about it. But
Yeah, all this stuff came out of the blue. So John's gonna look in and see if it's something that's worth opening back up. Keith, you're gonna find all the stuff that you have archived.
well, that's gonna be me. I'm gonna have to go talk to Ray again. Ray, I'm gonna have to go talk to him again and see if he wants to do business with us. But because he's like 5 miles from my house. But wait, video. Wait, where is it? Oh, I almost have it. Because I was making, I was trying to say that this is how something should work. Anyways, crap, man, it was so cool.
Dynamic location aware geofence mobile ads to shoppers. Yep, it's there. Yeah.
It was just it was just this. It was the coolest thing ever. It was cool, but again, it was pricey, and you really had to know what the heck you were doing in order for it to like actually generate a lot of money for you, I guess.
You needed a certain critical mass, and this is what the Wharton guys did. You need a certain critical mass every month for a period of months in order to get the solid metrics back. Otherwise, you were just like shooting, and that was the major stumbling block.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, guys, we got to close this one up. We're about an hour and a half in. There's a chance I could lose this replay.
All right.
The call really started picking up towards the end, so thanks for everybody for participating. Thanks, everybody, for sticking with us for an hour and a half. Hopefully it was worth your time. Always open up to new things every time we all get involved in a nice little discussion here. So Keith will probably want to open that back up. It could be huge.
I'll find that really awesome like CTA that we did for the dealership. And that's still live, I think. Like it's somewhere living, and I'll post it.
Outstanding. All right, guys. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you on the next one next Tuesday. I think we do have on schedule, right, Keith?
Yeah.
Outstanding. I think we got like 2 more for this year, and then we're going to open up new ones for
We'll figure out next
2019.
year, guys.
Thanks, everybody, again. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.